It is time for us to check in with Dr. Joe Schwarcz. He is host of the Dr. Joe Show here on CJAD, Sundays at 3, and director of the McGill Office for Science and Society. So, Joe, we spent a lot of time, and I've seen these all week, by the way, from the Canada Food Inspection Agency, pistachio recalls. I've never seen so many day after day after day, but then came across this one, Canada banning the import of raw milk cheeses from France, Italy, and Switzerland. What's this about?
Yeah, this is certainly a big deal for anyone who sells cheese and for all turophiles.
Oh,
That's
what
the
philes?
technical name. Turophiles. That's the technical name for cheese lovers.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Turophiles?
Yeah, turophile.
Oh, the
Yeah.
things you learn. Okay.
Anyway, the issue is about lumpy skin disease,
Oh,
which of course nobody would want to have. But humans do not have to worry about this because this is only a disease of cattle. It's a viral disease, and it is caused by a set of viruses called the capripox viruses, but these do not attack people. However, they are very dangerous for cattle because it is a highly contagious disease. It makes the cattle sick, gives them a high fever, the animal can die, and also the skin develops these nodules, which mean that even the skin becomes not usable. So obviously, this is a big risk for any cattle farmer. And unfortunately, this lumpy skin disease showed up in Europe, and it can be transmitted by raw milk. The virus lives very nicely in raw milk. And because many European cheeses are made from raw milk, it is possible that they can be contaminated by this virus. This is why Canada has put a stop to importing those cheeses, because sometime in May, it was detected in European mostly the soft cheeses. And prior to that time, there was no problem. So any of those cheeses that were produced before May are okay. But the ones produced after May, Canada has stopped importing it. Now, you might ask, what is the issue here if this is not transmissible to humans?
right.
Why are they stopping the importing of cheese? Because cows, of course, don't eat cheese. So they're not going to be feeding the cheese to cows. How's the infection going to be transmitted? Well, the concern is that the cheeses that are made from raw milk can be contaminated with the virus, which then can get onto surfaces, onto people's hands, and can get into water systems. And water can be used to irrigate fields where cows graze. So there is a possible vector by which the virus can make it into cows. I think it's not a very easy method of transfer, but Agriculture Canada has deemed that it is dangerous enough to stop the importing of those cheeses. And of course, a lot of people are upset by that because things like Camembert and Brie and some Swiss cheeses like Emmental and Italian cheeses like Parmesan are all included in this. Now, the question is how long this ban is going to last. The Europeans have already started to vaccinate against this virus, and the vaccine is available and it's very effective. So chances are that this is not going to last very long. But it is disturbing to a lot of people. And when you see all of the news releases about this, I think people do get scared. I think more than they need to get scared because it is not an affliction for humans. And I think that hasn't been made clear by all the media reports. So no person has to worry about getting sick from any cheese, but it's a real problem for cows. So the people who sell cheese in Canada obviously are really concerned about this because things like Camembert, Brie, and Emmental are a huge part of the market. But there are Canadian versions of these cheeses. which are indeed very good.
Is that right?
So this may give a boost to some of our own cheeses in the marketplace. So that's the story with lumpy skin disease. It's an interesting scientific story, but consumers don't have to worry about it, but farmers do.
But Joe, how would you know? So you mentioned May sort of as a cutoff date here. I mean, when you go to buy your cheese, wherever you're buying it, how would you know if it would apply to that batch or not?
Oh, because nothing has been imported since then.
Okay, so you don't even have to worry about buying it and having it potentially be,
No, anything that is on the market now
would have been pulled off.
Would be okay.
Okay.
So no, there's no reason for anyone to have any worry.
Yeah.
And it just might be a chance to give some Canadian cheeses a try that no one has tried before.
Help me out here as a turophile, which I'm not. Other than cheddar, what other Canadian cheeses do we have?
Oh, we do have cheeses that are very similar to Brie and Camembert. These are soft cheeses, and they are made indeed with raw milk. In Canada, raw milk cheeses are in fact legal as long as the cheese has been stored for at least 60 days at a temperature above 2 degrees Celsius. And the reason for that is if there is any contamination, the salt content of the cheese will result in the killing of those microbes, but it takes time. It takes about 60 days. So this is not the same thing as drinking raw milk, which I think we've chatted about before, which I think is not advisable. Even though some farmers, say that they monitor their raw milk and test, I don't think it's worth taking a risk. Why? There's no real benefit from drinking raw milk. Those stories about it having immune-boosting properties are not scientifically sound. So why take any risk? So no, I'm not in favor of drinking any raw milk. Milk should be pasteurized, but the cheeses in Canada that are sold, with the term on it, raw milk cheese, are okay. Because they've all been aged the proper amount of time.
I'd like to apologize to the Quebec Cheese Association or the industry here because I just looked it up. We have a ton of raw milk cheeses from Quebec, and it says Alfred Lefermier, Pied du Vent, Comtom, Baluchon, I've seen that one, Louis d'Or, Tum de Demoiselle. So there's lots and lots of raw milk cheese products in Quebec, so I apologize.
There are, and there are a lot of cheese producers in Ontario as well.
Yeah, well, the hell with them.
Yeah, so, we can give a boost to Canadian cheese.
Or Quebec cheese. All right. Joe, can you do this other story real quick? Murder in Australia with mushrooms. What's this about really quick?
Yeah, really quick. This is the death cap mushroom, which is the most toxic mushroom that exists. Half of this mushroom, just half, and a very small mushroom, just half a mushroom is enough to kill someone.
Whoa.
And a woman in Australia mixed some of this mushroom into the meal of some of her husband's family. 3 of them died. One of them was in hospital for a long time. The motive still isn't clear. She claims that it was an accident, that she had picked the wrong kind of mushroom. The jury did not buy it, and she was sentenced to 35 years in prison. But the interesting part of this is that the death cap mushroom is so poisonous. The thing is only about, an inch tall, and half of that is enough to kill a human. So, nature isn't always benign. There are a lot of substances out there that can kill.
By the way, is this a native to Australia? Did this grow anywhere else?
No, it can be found anywhere.
Really?
That's why anyone who goes out there mushrooming, they have to know what they're doing. You have to have the proper guide, that gives you pictures so you don't make a mistake. I mean, the death cap is the most deadly mushroom, but there are others like the Amanita muscaria. That's the red one with the white dots, which are also highly toxic. So amateurs should not be out there collecting mushrooms.
Okay. No amateurs for mushroom collecting. Dr. Joe Schwarcz. Joe, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Aaron.
Canadian women are looking for more out of themselves, their businesses, their elected leaders, and the world around them.
And that's why we're thrilled to introduce the Honest Talk podcast.
I'm Jennifer Stewart.
And I'm Catherine Clark. And in this podcast, we interview Canada's most inspiring women.
Entrepreneurs, artists, athletes, politicians, and newsmakers, all at different stages of their journey.
So if you're looking to connect, then we hope you'll join us.
Listen to the Honest Talk podcast on iHeartRadio or wherever you listen to your podcasts.